This is in response to all the videos that I see about Jesus being black. Vera 747, who claims all the kings of England were black. The black race is a better evolved race, more superior, more intelligent, and then history has been tricked. And of course, this is all true. I mean, in sub-Saharan Africa, look at all the vast monuments of stone and roads that are pre-colonial. Look at what great cities they had that weren't from Arab influence or anything, or Byzantine influence. I mean, the Mayans the Mayans lived in the same climate, and they lived in a jungle climate, and so did the Cambodians, and they erected structures of stone and with exact precision. But we don't find any of this in Africa, so they must have had such high-tech biodegradable plastic that it just left no evidence. And you know what? We know that the pre-colonial sub-Saharan Africans had cell phones. Where are all the telephone wires? And it's so obvious that all of the kings of England and Europe were of black skin. I mean, that's just so obvious because, well, I don't know where their evidence for that is, and that everybody in the Bible was black, even though they were living in the Middle East. Even Egypt, even Egypt, you see the reliefs of the very Caucasian Egyptians holding Nubian slaves by ropes. Well, that just meant, the Nubian slaves were kneeling and had ropes around their necks, and the Caucasian Aryan ones were leading them. That just means that, the mural had cut off. They were actually sitting on, these platforms that had wheels, so that they were getting pulled. They were the royalty. They weren't being brought in from Nubia as slaves. They were being honored guests. They were the masters, even though they were naked and the Caucasians were clothed. They made sure the Caucasians were clothed, so they would be, more, punishing them in the heat. It's so obvious, all of the biblical characters, even the ones that are reported to have blonde hair, and everybody in Europe before 1600 was black West African. And just because archaeology and genetic testing shows otherwise, that's just a worldwide Illuminati conspiracy. And Jesus being black, Abraham comes from Iraq, the land populated by Aryans, and Jesus was a descendant of Abraham. He was also a descendant of David, who had a son Absalom who had blonde hair. So of course he would have been black West African, because we find no connection between Israel and black West Africa. So there's proof. It's a total cover-up. The fact that there is no proof is the proof, right? Such terrible white people. We've never built anything like aqueducts, roads, modern science, Greek thought. Oh, all the ancient Greeks are black too, even though we have sculptures of them. And so were all the Roman emperors, even though we have sculptures of them. But they were black West Africans. You believe this? This is what a lot of people believe on YouTube. I believe it. Yep, sure I do. No, I find it as being black self-hatred. Why not just take history for what it is and see yourself as an independent person and see the entire history of man as your legacy, and not divide stuff up into post 1492 racial boundaries. Why not live in the brotherhood of man? But no, the black people ruled Europe and the Middle East, even though there's been no record of it. And they give references like people saying Black Irish. And do you know what Black Irish means? Or black, the black, Black Irish means you just don't look Irish. Black also had many other meanings in Old English. So